So I talked about scoring and how every single person alive today is being scored. And it's because of those scores, which for the most part are totally invisible to us, that every single person's digital experience is being shaped by somebody else. And what that means is, for us, we have very little control over what permissions we have, but for news organizations, for journalists, this becomes a potentially very dangerous thing in the future. So I talked about scoring. I talked about something called synthetic media, which is really not the same thing as a deep fake. Instead, it's content that we intentionally create using artificial intelligence and all different types of technologies to create voices and people that don't exist in the real world, exist online, and in some ways are great. So I showed a video of David Beckham giving a public service announcement in many different languages so that anybody could understand him, but it's still him. It looks like his face. It looks like he's saying those words. So that's good. But I also showed a couple of videos that are pretty bad of people who, for example, made a video of Mark Zuckerberg saying some things that were pretty bad that he didn't actually say. So I talked about synthetic media and what that means for journalism. And then I also talked about the fact that news, the business models for news and distribution are completely broken. They're permanently broken. And I showed a whole bunch of examples for why that's true. And I showed some data that I think is pretty disturbing for the future. And then as I was talking about all these, I talked about 28 trends. And at the end, I asked a whole bunch of questions about what all of this means for the future of news.